I'm going to show you something that uses fire and holes, because as you know, from fire comes creation. Watch. Watch as that hole visually begins to heal, just like that. The card is back to full health. Stick around and I'll teach you how to make this miracle. Welcome back to another Tutorial Tuesday. 9,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much. It means the world to me. I can't believe that the channel is growing so quickly as it is. I can't thank you all enough. If you haven't done so, please make sure you subscribe to the video. And if you want to win the actual gimmick from today's video, post it to wherever you are in the world, then all you have to do is make sure you subscribe to the channel and share the video on social media and tag me in it so I know that you shared it, and I will pick a winner out next Tuesday and send this gimmick to you wherever you are in the world. But for today's video, it's a good one. I'm guessing most of you don't have this material at home, but you can purchase it fairly cheap online, and I'll give you a link in the description below so you can go ahead and pick some up. Then you can very easily make the gimmick wherever you are at home. It takes a couple of minutes and then you're set for, well, a very long time. It'll last as long as it takes you to burn through playing cards. So if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. And with all that being said and done, sit back, relax, and get ready to make some gimmicks. This is the special material that you're gonna need. This is frozen vegetables, safe for babies. No, I'm kidding. This is not the stuff that you need. This is actually the stuff that you need. This is thermochromic film, heat sensitive film. These are actually stickers that you can buy, and using heat, they will evaporate. And you can see this has had a lot of use. But let me show you what happens if I light a lighter. Obviously the film beneath it is clear, but it starts to vanish like that. And this is actually a clear sticker. Okay, so you can probably follow on what's gonna happen next. It's pretty straightforward, but what I did was I got a 1-inch hole punch, okay, and I cut out a hole from here. You can actually see the hole that I cut out. And I cut that into the top of a random playing card, just like this. Boop, and cut a hole. Now what I did was I grabbed a king or a court card and I lined the random card over the top and stuck the sticker right here. So I stuck it down right there and then used a Sharpie to color in a black square around it. Okay, and you'll see why I did that in a moment. So that's my gimmick really set up, and I'm gonna do this quickly because it's so easy. We don't need to spend a lot of time teaching it because you guys can stamp a hole and stick a sticker. The one thing that I did is that when I stuck the sticker down, I stuck it through the hole so it was perfectly aligned. All right. Now, using a sharp knife, like a blade, and if you're under 18, please get help from a parent or guardian, I cut along the border of this king so that it can do this. Alright, so that it can come out. Now it's all starting to make a bit of sense, because when this gets stuck together in just a moment, I can show that hole it looks like it's a real hole, which it is, but you know, in a moment we're going to create the illusion that it's not. Now the other thing to know is that the reason we color it in black around the hole is so that when this card moves out the way, you don't see any other parts of the blue card because it's all black. All right, so we do this. Now we have a gimmick. Now all we need to do is, you can go ahead and use rubber cement, but just for the sake of the video, I actually used tape. So really quickly, going to tape the edges up on the card and make sure that it's all square. So literally, this gimmick was made so basic. One. We'll make sure you don't tape over the seams too much. But again, 2 along the top, and again, you may want to cut this one down so that it doesn't overhang onto the whole side. So we'll take this and just stick it there. like that. This side. If I was you, I would take your time and use rubber cement or glue or something. But this is just the basic gimmick. Now it's ready to perform. I can show there's a hole there. Of course, I'm wearing a black t-shirt, so I can show the hole like this. And now when we're ready to perform, all you need to do is reintroduce a lighter. Now the one thing I'll say before I teach you the basic nuances, because you do need to know a few things before you perform this, is once you've made the hole vanish, like that, there's a couple of things you're going to need to know, but to get the hole to come back, you need to eat your frozen vegetables. Alright guys, so take the gimmick and watch this. You place it against something cold, ice cold, for just a moment. I had my fingers on the back of it then, so it started to show, but it will then come back black. Look, try here, and now that is reset to perform. So one more time and we'll jump into the routine, but I know you want to see this crazy looking visual. Woohoo! So now that you have your gimmick, make sure that you wear a black top, and I like to wear like a black cotton top as it's not as shiny as like sort of nylon tops and things. And you're going to perform it like this. Have your lighter ready. And I use this to sort of detract away from the hole so much, because your convincer is going to be when you move your finger in front of the hole. And to do that from behind, I place my finger between the gimmick like this. I try not to touch the thermochromic sticker, okay? So I push forward and just run my finger through, just to show that there's a real hole there, my finger can be seen through it. I can then stick my finger through the hole if I need to, and again I'm just pushing out the way. Then when I'm ready to perform the visual restoration, behind I'm just going to click that gimmick into place, and I'm going to bring the lighter out into play. Now what I'm going to do is make sure that my hand doesn't come behind the card, because otherwise that will break the illusion that there's no hole. So what I make sure that I do is that I drop my hand down low and hold the flame under it. That way there's nothing to break this line of sight through the hole. The other important thing to know is that when you use this distance, and a friend of mine, Jared Manley, taught me this. He's a special effects supervisor that works on a lot of incredible movies and TV shows such as Game of Thrones. He told me that when you hold the flame far away, it'll stop the card from burning and bending and buckling. So that means you get a really long-lasting life out of the gimmick. So you show your convincer like this. Now bring the lighter here. Don't come directly behind. Drop your hand down low and turn the playing card to the side at your fingertips. You want to give this as much sort of open and fairness as possible. Then you simply hold the lighter in line with the hole, so that the heat only, not the flame, just the heat from the flame will contact the area of the card that you're aiming at. So like this, boom. Then you light the lighter and just get ready for the magic to happen. So light the lighter and just watch as that hole visually restores. Now as I come around, I make sure that the frame is squared in. Make sure it's not too hot to the touch. And right now, this looks like it's completely healed, because for all intents and purposes, it has. Now at this point, if you have a deck of cards on the table with a duplicate king of diamonds on the bottom, with a face-up card beneath it, you can drop this onto the deck and say, as if you're letting it cool down, and hand them the lighter. Then as you pick the deck up, you turn it all over. So just to show you what that would look like, I'm going to use this deck. This is a jack of diamonds, but imagine this is a king. I would do the restoration. So boom, this is restored. It all comes together. This would be on the table. I drop the king of diamonds face up on top, hand them the lighter, and if you imagine my hand at the table, I just casually pick the rest of the deck up, turn it over, and hand them the regular king of diamonds. Of course, this isn't the king. This is just to demonstrate. But this would be out of sight on a table, so I drop the gimmick. This is the gimmick down, okay, so this is the dirty card. this will get dropped down on top. As you can see, I've got half face up, half face down with a duplicate on the bottom. So this gets dropped on top. As I hand the lighter out, and I then casually pick everything up this way and flip my hand over at the same time. But because they're focusing on the lighter, it looks like nothing happens, and they can then examine a regular card. And I drop it on the floor. That's all part of the act. No, it's not. I'm an idiot. But that's it. That's mainly the effect. It's super basic in principle and essentially method. Once you've got this material, you can do a lot of crazy things, and I'll share some of the other stuff that I do with this material one day. But for now, I want to keep it basic and drop another playing card on the floor to show you that nobody is perfect, especially not me. So I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. I had a blast making it and teaching this to you guys. It's been ages I've wanted to share this and show it to you all. I've sat on this for, well, years. I mean, I came up with Acme Hole back in like 2017. I actually shared a performance of this exact effect called Acme Hole like 2.0 on my Instagram way back when. I've always wanted to share it with you guys and teach it to you guys. I just never found the time or the chance. But today was the perfect day. The weather's beautiful, so I thought, why not give you all a special treat? And especially since we ticked over 9,000 subscribers, I'm so thankful to you all. That reminds me, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And if you're feeling super duper generous and you want to be an absolute legend, then go ahead and drop me a like on the video. But guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Come back on Thursday for some more live magic. I may even teach you a tutorial after you see the live performance piece too. And with all that being said and done, I will see you in the next episode.